dutiful guy.
He's very dutiful.
DOOD.
Greetings, Retronaut listeners. This is Shane Bettenhausen, the executive editor of Electronic Gaming Monthly.
We brought Shane in today because he loves Sony.
I don't love Sony.
You love Sony.
No,
I've seen your bed sheets.
Oh.
The Sony bed sheets.
That'd be awesome if I had Sony bed
I've
sheets.
seen him under a black light.
What were you doing seeing his bed sheets?
I think I once actually I think I did once have like Mario bed sheets, so that's my true loyalties lie.
And I'm Amy McDonough, and I work with One Up Edit Team.
Scott Sharkey, staff writer. Not nearly as mathematically challenged as Jeremy seems to think. I can count to 3, Jeremy.
What?
You were looking at him as you did the 2 systems before the thing.
Oh, I didn't realize that was an intimation of anything.
Oh.
So anyway, and I'm Jeremy Parrish, the erstwhile host of this show. Actually, I guess I'm not really erstwhile. I'm just the host.
You're the real host. This is your
the
baby.
real host. Okay, so Sony PlayStation.
Did anybody here import a PlayStation when it came out in 1994 in Japan?
No.
Fuck no.
No.
I thought about it, but then decided not to. But I was interested in it when they first revealed. I remember reading about it, in EGM and GameFan back in the day, and thinking that the games did look pretty good. When you first saw Ridge Racer and Toshinden, Arc the Lad.
I have to admit that when the PlayStation launched, it was in the midst of a whole lot of other system launches. There was the 3DO, there was the Jaguar, there was the CDI, there was the Saturn, there was the PlayStation, the N64 was coming up. Sega had like 5 different versions of the Genesis.
Right. And the Super Nintendo was just reaching like its zenith.
Right. Yeah, you had Chrono Trigger and Mario RPG and
Donkey Kong Country had just revitalized. Even though Donkey Kong Country isn't actually good, it did revitalize.
It was a renaissance of sorts.
Right.
Well, and it seems like a time when there's just so much going on in gaming, and there's not the big contenders, there's not the money, the huge investments that you have now.
Well, I think now, like, as big as Launchageddon is going to be, like, there's 3 viable next-gen systems plus 2 viable handhelds. It's still pretty modest compared to the decisions people had to make back then, and those are pricey decisions. If you invested in a 3DO, that was $700 right away, unless you waited 6 months.
It was actually $800 when it first came out.
$800. That's way too much to spend on any system.
Way too much.
I don't think anybody actually did that.
A few people did.
I
worked at EB at the time, and there were some fools.
Wow.
But actually, recently I was cleaning out my closet and I found my original PlayStation from 1995, which I had to replace the entire lens drive in it because that broke, as everyone else's did.
Of course.
But looking at that actual system, it looks really nice. And I remember when it first came out, it was the first console that kind of changed the perception of video games.
It had a certain sophistication about it.
Yeah.
I was used to Nintendo systems, Sega systems, and they looked like toys. I mean, they were very deliberately designed. The Super NES in America especially was deliberately